Okay, guys, remember, I am not doing a recap of this drama. I'm just going to predict what's going to happen. So, if you're probably wondering where is a thumbnail of the episode 5 that I watched episode 5, but the thing is, I didn't see anything that I could strike me as a thumbnail just because it wasn't interesting to me. So, let's get into episode 6. In episode 6, let's be honest, after finding out that your boy is not he said he's not in love with Kelvin anymore, and Kelvin is trying his hardest trying to get the attention of Veer. Now, this is the part where it confused me because Kelvin really got the audacity, not really audacity, it's kind of dumb because why would you let a girl convince you to bring her brother, who is a psychiatrist, to be in your house? You're not even that smart to know that she knows something. But this is a problem with Veer. He's still in love with Kelvin. Even though Kelvin he treated him some type of way, he still stayed. Bear in mind, Homeboy got all the advantages. He has his phone, he can call for help, but refused to because he still loves Kelvin and probably hope that one day or one moment in time that Kelvin will truly understand what he's doing is wrong. But it's been what? How long now? And has he even recognized the wrongness in his intentions? No, but here we are, still caring for the man that is doing terrible things to us. Hell, he doesn't even, Veer doesn't even know what Kelvin even did to his best friend. I'm trying to figure out if that best friend is dead or alive. Hear me out. I don't believe Kelvin is sleeping right here because let's be honest, there's so many things that Kelvin did to prove if Veer even likes him or even remotely have any passion for him. So this is probably one of his plans, like he's been doing the entire time of the relationship. Again, how many years or a couple months we're gonna do in this episode? Because since at the start of the episode, we've been doing time lapse. So we're probably might get some. Nope, maybe not, because we kind of calculated enough to reach to the point where we are. It's just that it's kind of buggy. Kelvin, you talking about promising to do better by Veer and that you won't demand anything from him. I know what you're doing. I know that you're trying to let Veer's guard down so he can start to trust and love you again. But at the same time, you don't even realize that you're letting your guard down. That is exactly what both of you want. And even though you guys both love each other, Kelvin, you just red flag, black flag, all type of flag. I don't know what Pete's talking about, you being a good. Okay, what Pete meant is that you're good in some cases. It's just that your actions cause a bit of a problem. So yeah, I do agree that you're a good person. It's just how you come forth with it ain't. Well, then again, look who raised you. Also, I gotta admit, the way how Kelvin played both his brother and father was chaotically smart. But I am glad that he didn't even try to help the father, because let's be honest, even in jail, the father was so fixated on the fact that his quote-unquote good son will help him, when clearly the good son doesn't even like him. Veer, I can't tell if you're stupid or just stupidly stupid because your brain not working stupid, because Kelvin has slept beside you every night, and not one night have you thought to yourself, let me try to get the key from around his neck to free myself so I can escape his clutches. No, you love this attention, you love the torture. Clearly you do, because why would you still stay? You could have called police, called some part of family member for help, but you didn't. Yet you clearly stayed. How many advantages you have and you refuse to use them? Bear in mind, it's not like Kelvin is like somebody that will kill you type of bad guy. You literally know this boy inside out. So the fact that you could have used that advantage to escape, it baffles me how you're not doing anything. Well, I guess Veer's brain is starting to working because he decided to use the opportunity to actually leave when Kelvin is not in the house. Now, if you remember that therapist or psychiatrist that Kelvin hired, Lalin's brother, Wawit. Now, because Wawit finally figured out that Veer is friends with his long lost brother called Lalit, and he's in search of Lalit, he can use Veer as help. So in order for that to happen, he convinces Kelvin to leave so he can free Veer. And with that, we're on the hunt. But I think Veer and Kawit his name, or Wawit its name, kind of underestimated Kelvin. I mean, there's no way Kelvin not realize something is off. Plus, he's always possessive of Veer, always have cameras everywhere. You're telling me none of those cameras indicate him saying that someone is on the move? Of course, Kelvin's not going to let Veer out his sight. And seeing that homeboy is going somewhere, in his mind, he's going somewhere far away from him. He's not going to calculate that, he's looking for his friend. No, he's calculating that Veer is leaving him and he's not coming. He's leaving him. I get it that he loves Veer. I mean, Veer actually made this boy love him. But let's be honest here. Kelvin got exactly what he wanted. The whole purpose was to get his business, the family business back, get the money, get the house, everything. He got that. Leave Veer alone. Just let him be free. Because at this point, you don't even show look who raised him. Does he know fully love? He knows the meaning of love. He knows the word love, but he doesn't know how to show love. Okay, I think I should tell you, because I've always told you everything when it comes to me trying to predict the next episodes. If there's a book about this show, I don't know about it. I didn't read it. I did nothing about it. I don't work with a producing company. I don't know nothing. So if I say everything and some of it is right or even all of it is right, my brain is working. Very rare my brain works the way I want it to work, but it's working. Anyways, now seeing the car scene, we know we're going to get the crash in this episode. The crash where we reach the rainy time will crash. See, in the background, we see that Kelvin is following Veer in the car because he wants to know where Veer is going, right? Okay, cool. But what we don't know is we don't know who's driving the car in front of Kelvin. We assume that it's Veer, but we don't know if it's actually Veer. Hell, it could be that it could be one of Veer's friends. It could be the psychiatrist. We don't know. It's a tint car. We can't see who is driving. So we're not going to say Veer is the one driving. As we can clearly see, Kelvin is driving his car. You see where I'm getting at, right? So we don't know if the car that Kelvin is following, Veer is driving it. We just know the car belongs to Veer. He could have done a hocus pocus on us and we don't even know it. We just know that Veer is not anywhere in the house. I don't think Veer is stupid. He knows that there are cameras around the house. He knows that Kelvin is watching him. So why do we think that Veer would be that stupid to get followed? I know he knows Kelvin knows. Come on. Okay, first of all, we get in a crash in this episode. It's probably going to cause a bit of a trauma for Kelvin because Kelvin knows that his mother died in a car crash. So seeing that the person that he loves that got crashed, he's going to be very much traumatized. His emotion is going to be all over the place. And seeing this, he's going to go crazy. Okay, I have a question now. How long was this journey? For it to be night and raining, how far were we taking? How far were we dragging this drive along? It's got to be a plan. Maybe we found out where Lalit is and Veer distracted Kelvin far enough for them to get to where Lalit is. Lalin's brother, long lost brother that they're looking for. So if this is a plan, then they have definitely succeeded. If not, then they have definitely did something. You see how worried Kelvin is? With that said, this is a very tint car, so we can't tell who is who in this car. And with that said as well, I do not believe Veered is the one that's driving the car. We don't know who, but I am positive that Veered is not the one that drove this car. I don't think Veered is the one that drove the car. And if it is, what was the purpose?